So I would encourage my colleagues to come forward and, as best they can, and raise awareness of this epidemic, which is in part iatrogenic. Like it's in part, this autism epidemic is in part caused by medical procedures, i.e. the vaccine. So your perceptions are spot on. As a community, we appeal to this New South Wales Liberal government, and this is not Liberal legislation being passed here today. This is fascist legislation. It's terrible what's going on. The idea is that we need to preserve herd immunity to protect, and that children have a right to vaccination. But no mother should be forced to sacrifice her child for the sake of another. Thank you.
Stay there a minute, Kevin. Kevin, I have a question. I was recently looking and I come across a site where doctors are paid bonuses to inject vaccines. So I want to ask you, is that correct?
Is that ethical? Hell no.
Look, that is correct. There is a co-payment or an extra payment given by the Commonwealth Government, and it's based on how many vaccinations you've made through the vaccination register. Judy, did you want to speak to that as well? I'll hand over to Judy for a minute.
Yes, doctors do get a payment for every child they vaccinate, but also the medical practices, the pharmaceutical companies pay them a bonus of thousands of dollars if they increase the rates of immunisation in under 4-year-olds. So as I mentioned before, the success of vaccination programs is not measured on the health of our children. It is being measured on the immunisation coverage in the population. So, and they're assuming that high immunisation rates equals healthy children. But you look at the data and it is clearly the opposite. The higher the immunisation rates, the sicker our children have become. This is the sickest generation yet. So we do need to point these facts out and expose the fact that pharmaceutical companies are trying to raise the immunisation rates by paying bonuses to these medical practitioners.
Criminal. So our doctors are being paid. The more vaccines they get, the more money they get. I am also under the understanding that they get a monthly and or a yearly bonus if their practices are above a certain percent.
I was just going to say, look, although we're a small group today, we are a small group and it's a minority opinion. I think it can only grow. And unfortunately, the reason why it will grow is because more and more people will realise that there's going to be harm done. So this might take 5, 10, 15 years. So we just need to network, be kind to one another. 25 years ago, I would have said the same thing to that gentleman said to me as he passed by, bullshit. And I would go up to people at these sorts of meetings and say, you should be ashamed of yourselves. And that's what I was saying when I was in charge of communicable diseases, because that's what I thought was right. Now, I think there are shades of grey here. I believe there are shades of grey. However, I have no doubt that there's substantial harm being done. We're not measuring that harm, and we don't have the population-based studies. So be gentle to the people who aren't of the same persuasion. I think we just need to provide people with information, and eventually their experiences in life will help them to change their minds. I had the fortunate situation of giving myself a swine flu vaccine back in 2009 because my patient came up and said to me, Doc, are you sure this is safe? I said, yeah, of course it's safe. Look, I'll whack it into my arm. I whacked it into my arm. The nurse signed it up for me. My wife was appalled, and a little while later I found myself in the stroke unit. So that was my wake-up call. Some of us need to be hit over the head with a bit of 2D4. Thank you.